Look, I got no idea what I'm doing. I don't know who put me in charge of this thing. Terrible idea. Morning. So on the road to go pick up the excavator. Had that little project in Matherville not too long ago, so I'm gonna go pick that thing up, take that to the next job. So just figured I would jump on here quick and try and keep everybody updated. Really not all that great about recording, so trying to get better at it. Sometimes that means you get to listen to me while I'm rambling down the road. I still haven't pulled the video to see how this new mic setup's working. I really probably should do that, otherwise I got a bunch of video that isn't worth much, so we will see. But heading that way, got to pick up the excavator and then take it to the next job. We're supposed to have some weather coming in possibly tonight or tomorrow, I believe. More snow, I guess, but I think the worst part of it is actually going to go to the north of us. So hopefully we don't get anything and life can go on normally. Sounds like up north they're supposed to get like 6 inches of heavy wet snow, I guess. So we will see how that plays out. But for today, it's not snowing now. I got stuff to do, so we are on the road going to pick up equipment. Good old equipment shuffle. Gotta try and find a way to chain this up and get this thing fired up. Do this part by hand. All right, well, so this is a perfect example of why this size machine was so important to me. We're working at a local stable today, and everything here is one gate wide. So we're going to cruise on down here to the end. And see what we can come up with down here. So there's kind of two issues. One, there's a lot of hillsides here to deal with. But two, this hillside has been not so much the current owner, but previous owner. This was their manure dump. And it is a little on the soft side, most of it. So I don't know how far down that scenario goes. That still seems fairly solid. But I know, like that section over there, definitely soft. That whole hillside. So I'm assuming that that section we're going to be coming in, or trying to come in from the bottom and deal with that. So, but I figured for now, I'm going to get this thing fired up and put a little heat in everything. But I figured I would let you guys see kind of how this whole thing's going to work out or play out, hopefully. We're going to leave like normal, anything about 8-inch or bigger, unless it's really a hazard or a problem. So kind of see what we get ourselves into on this one. Looks like there's a pretty sizable creek that runs through the bottom. So that's something we're going to have to contend with as well. But we'll take it one step at a time. All right, well, checking back in. So, kind of trying to work my way around here. There's some areas that I'm realistically probably just not going to be able to get to. That hillside is, one, it's steep, and two, it's soft. So not a great situation to be putting a heavy machine on. As much as I would like to get to it, it's just not the best plan, probably. But figured I would get you guys fired up and at least get a little video here, kind of bouncing around. As you can tell, it's starting to rain a little bit, which might become an issue being down here in the bottom. So we will see how this goes. Actually, this is not just rain. It's actually starting to sleet. This is one of those jobs where I wouldn't mind having a dedicated machine with single grouser tracks on it and literally just walking through all this stuff. Something like that. These hillsides aren't too steep to put that machine on, but it's got the traction to work its way through this stuff. The downside is a lot of this is pretty uneven. So when they had this logged, it's man, I don't know, I struggle with logging companies. I know a few of them, like Turner Logging out of Missouri. You know, those guys have a YouTube and social media page. Those guys are good. You know, they do a good job. They don't leave a terrible mess. You know, that's, to me, the way it should be done. I've seen a lot of projects in this area where, you know, the landowner thinks that they're getting some usable property back, and boy, there's just a mess when they're done. So this one, and I think somebody was in here trying to clean up some of this and burn it at some point. I don't know the complete story on it, but a lot of these stumps are still sticking way up. And I think if you look, a lot of these uneven areas, I'm pretty sure there's stumps hiding in all of them. So I'm guessing the land just eroded from around them. It's hard to say not knowing the complete story, but man, some of this stuff is a real mess. Well, this is definitely not the excavator. So it actually started to snow pretty good. I got a couple of pictures, but sitting on top of that grass on that hillside, it was getting slick enough where even trying to work from the top, when I would go to move the machine, it would want to spin the tracks and kind of make a bit of a mess. So unfortunately, at that point in time, with that kind of project, better off just to shut down and pick up again later on. So today being Friday, hopefully we get a little better weather over the weekend and can let that sit and jump back on it Monday morning and not have the same issues. But we'll see how the weekend goes. Don't really want to put anything off too long, but making a bigger mess than what's already there is not ideal either. So heading to my buddy Southwick's, got to pick up a couple of parts. He threw me something together last night to help fix his toolbox on this truck. So another victim of getting beat up, bouncing up and down the road in this thing. All right, little video, probably looks a little different from the other day. Me and the boss. So somebody is on spring break this week and got stuck working with her daddy. Well, still chipping away at this, but it's always fun taking out old rotten stumps. So
I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do with this branch. It's hanging over here, but seeing as how it's all broke right there at the base, no sense keeping it, so I'll take that out here in a minute. So I'm trying to clear up a little room to work.